Welcome to Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching. In today's brief video, I want to talk about how you can avoid smoking or vaping or drinking alcohol around friends or family members that continue to use these substances even though you've began your journey to sobriety and recovery from these things. Here at Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching, we help people quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and pornography, so be sure to subscribe to the channel if you find today's advice valuable. So I know for me, this was one of the hardest challenges to overcome in my early sobriety, and then even later on, as I continued to avoid these substances, these were often points of relapse for me when I would be at a party with friends or at a family event and someone would have a vape, someone would have chewing tobacco, maybe I'd wind up getting drunk and relapsing on weed, whatever the situation may have been. I think what occurs is we develop FOMO. So here we are in this party situation or this family event. We see people using these substances and we develop this fear of missing out, that we're missing out on a good time. And it's really important that you realize you've already been missing out. You've been missing out on your finances. You've been missing out on relationships. You've been missing out on your motivation, on your drive. That's why you're quitting. If you've been following my channel for a while, I tell you your why, the reasons why you quit, is the most important part about quitting. And often it's because of those things. People have found themselves in a negative financial situation or a negative health situation. So understand, you're quitting this substance because you are missing out on your health, mentally and physically. You're quitting this substance because you are missing out on your finances. You're missing out on your mental capabilities to go achieve and go accomplish something. So when you look at these individuals and you start to develop FOMO, fear of missing out, realize you've already missed out in life. That's why you're quitting this addiction. The beauty of sobriety and recovery and quitting these substances, nicotine, weed, porn, whatever it may be, is so you don't miss out in life anymore. Right? Addiction, not you. Addiction is a very, very greedy thing. It wants all of your time. It wants all of your energy. It wants all of your focus, especially nicotine addiction. And in order to give it that, you have to sacrifice in other areas of your life, your mental health, your physical health, your financial well-being, whatever it may be. You're trying to reclaim all those things. So understand, when you're in a situation like that and you're thinking, I'm missing out, you're not missing out. The whole point of you getting sober and recovering from these substances is so you stop missing out on life. It's so you can get your life back. That's my first point. My second point is you never want to go through life constantly being influenced by other people. If you go through life constantly allowing others to influence your decision making, there's going to be bad people out there who pick up on that vulnerability and they're going to take advantage of you. Maybe this is how you land yourself in a toxic job environment where your boss is constantly taking advantage of you. Maybe this is how you wind up in that toxic relationship where that significant other is taking advantage of you. Or maybe you're experiencing it with family members, not valuing your time, your commitments that you have in life. And I think it's really important that you view these other individuals and ask yourself, do you want to be the one who's influencing, saying, no, I can do this, I don't need to smoke, I don't need to drink? Or do you want to be the one who goes through life constantly being influenced by other people? And I'll warn you, life gets very depressing if you're constantly allowing others to influence your actions and influence your decisions. That creates an environment in which addiction thrives, and we want to avoid that. So I need you to be the one who's influencing other people, not the one who's constantly being influenced. I promise you'll be a lot happier in the long run. Another thing I want you to keep in mind is chances are these people, they might not be having a good time. Now I get it. Some people can smoke weed, some people can drink, and they are having a good time. They are casually enjoying themselves. But for you, that's no longer the case. Maybe at one point it was, but it no longer is. Remember, that's why you're trying to quit. You don't want to do this thing anymore. Why would you continue to do something, or why would you be envious of someone else doing something that you no longer want to do anymore? This substance, this drug, this thing, it's ran its course with you. And it's time that you comfortably walk away from it because you're ready to, because you're willing to. And if you can accept that's the point that you're at, and you probably are if you're watching this video, you don't need to be envious of them. You don't need to fear that you're missing out on something, because you're not. And I'll tell you what, chances are a percentage of those people don't want to be doing this thing. They don't want to be getting that drunk. They don't want to be getting that high all the time. Definitely when it comes to smoking, vaping, nicotine products, I don't know anyone who says, yeah, I want to be addicted to cigarettes. Yeah, I want to be addicted to vaping. So realize they're stuck in that same trap that you're in. They might not show it. They might be putting on a front just like you did for so many years or so many months while you were addicted. But know that deep down, they probably aren't enjoying themselves either. And the best thing you can do for them, the best thing you can do for yourself, is truly say no in that situation. Show them, hey, you're capable of more than this. You're capable of doing better than this in life. You want to be that example. That's how you influence other people. That's how you create, success for yourself in life, by being the one who's influencing in a positive manner, not the one who's getting dragged down and being influenced in a negative manner. And you can do that very respectfully. You don't have to do that in a judgmental, condescending type of way. That's the last thing you want to do. Think about when people talk to you in a condescending or judgmental way. You just want to simply show them that change is possible, and that with the right mindset that you can accomplish it, and they can too. So those would be my biggest tips when it comes to avoiding, drinking or smoking around friends or falling for peer pressure. You're not missing out. Chances are they don't want to be doing the thing that they're doing either. And most importantly, you want to be the one influencing, not being influenced. And I want to give you a little bonus tip here before we end the video. Remember, you're in the situation you're in because it wasn't a good time anymore. It wasn't fun anymore. This isn't something that you enjoyed anymore. And if you're telling yourself, hey, it looks like a good time for them, maybe it is. Maybe they really are having a good time. That doesn't mean that it's going to be the same good time for you. You have better times ahead of you. You have better things ahead of you in life. That's what recovery and sobriety and quitting these addictions is all about. It's not about what you're giving up. It's about what you're gaining back. So if you're new to the channel, I always tell people, drop today's date, drop today's time, and let me know today's the day that you're quitting. I look forward to seeing your comments. Follow me into the next video where we talk about some simple tips to overcome cravings, a big part of addiction.